Good evening, family. This is Mohamed Tarali again. Tonight we come to with the social media review. Auntie Fadima na in show, but I get some commitment in the right now, so I asked me for take over for now till I get time for January, maybe tonight or next week. So, but again, I know by myself here tonight. I get somebody join me by phone from UK. So I will ask her to introduce himself before we start the program. So over to you.
Hello, Miss Ambolem. We don't come today back. My name is Janet Masamusa for Karo most on the social media thing in a way they happen. Today now one night we wanna go sit up now wanna sit there, wanna say to wanna say why us? Why the Africans? What can we do to change issues affecting our people?
Thank you very much, Auntie Janet. Today, we get two topics we want to talk about. The first topic we did talk about we politicians in back home. We few of them decide for unite, and then for sure what it mean for make them come together and work together from a push we continue before, where we believe in one of the things and the way we always advocate for now this platform. So now a great thing now one day. And the other thing, we had a major issue we want to talk about now is slave trade where they go on now the Middle East, which we Black African brothers and sisters them from several countries and where people in the talents job there and they end up go die or go to rape and plenty other main thing them where we believe say nobody is supposed to go under anything in life. So we go shed light on them and listen to some people and more than don't go through what they talk about. So I go ask Auntie Jennifer we talk about what we see on social media about we politicians them where they don't begin for do something where I believe say we go be proud of them, because obviously now that we don't talk about plenty of them program here say them now leaders them. We expect them from them go do something where we all go copy from. Because make no kid we say we know so we continue unite. They highly divided. So we need them for them for demonstrate so we say what thing we feel say. Because some of the family and feel say politics be not to politics one day. So make them demonstrate so we waiting a real politics. That then go argue, but then they respect each other and they all are brothers and sisters them and at the same country all manifest put forward. Election time don't. So time for me to come together and demonstrate to we the people and say they're all in one body and they all work for the same interest with Salone. So what's your take on that one, Auntie Janet?
Well, Jerem, it's very important today for where we see Kanda Yom Keller, the other people in politics, the APC flag bearer and SAPP members, supporters, then a mosque go worship together and they all show a united front. What a strong message. What a beautiful message. Because within this message mean at this time inside with politics, it's time for demonstrate to the people and say, look, we as politicians may not agree on certain issues then. We'll be fighting on policies, on different issues affecting our people. But we are not enemies, when they're not in the political arena, when they're out, they're all friends. Samora and Kanda Yom Keller and other people inside the other party, they all get along behind the scenes. So the ordinary supporter where they're out there will not understand. They work on a seat, they kill them, comping them. If you're not APC, you wear vest, SAPP person see you, they want to jump at you. All that thing there na rubbish never happen. We try to now educate people and say, look, you be APC, you be SLPP, you belong to any other party, we are all Salonians. And then we need to understand. Politics not for play that way. Make we begin change your mindset about politics. Make we left for the cause with company, attack with company. It don't make sense. The one that we lead with the show unity. We set for try for stand together and show say yes, we are Salonians then. GM say election not over. Now we're in the process of building a nation. Each and every one of us, we need for put the shoulder to the wheel and make this government work. And that kind of thing that we all try for fight for. So the only way they fight, make so, they're not for really did one. They for stop.
All right. Thank you very much, Auntie Janet. And that's not true because now that we know say democracy be. Democracy not for just go on our street and dance and go up and down and just misbehave, but it means we all come together with different views and debate on ideology. That's not the main thing we mean by democracy. Now ideas they want to fight with, not to harm, not to cause, not to disrespect. But this nothing way not to nice start though. Make you know feel say this divide na nice start. Now the only strategies that most of them politicians don't use for years and years and years because they not get substance for can't tell people them. So what they do, they decide for come in and attack the other person. So tell them begin tell them say not to young person this, na me na young person, I work on the same region, na me na you from world talk the same guy, so that you go vote for me and put me in. We put me in now we don't get power. So when they begin use that word now we against them, slowly they begin divide people and because they therefore say this now we pride this. So I'm glad I see Dr. Yum Keller, Dr. Abbas Bundu, Mr. Chernobyl and Cherry Coco, and they all come together. And I think even the vice president for the NGC also said me they where they all come together, they meet in one place and show everybody say, listen, we now one people them, we now one Salone, we now one country. We waiting that they see in the social media or people in the propaganda people put out say we not let we say for the fight not to so it be. And not see people understand say that argument you can do in a parliament. Now just like quoting lawyer and they do in a court. Where they go back and forth and rebuttal each other with idea. Not of us now hates themselves. Then just they fight with the idea say now we own way better for being the country. But with corruption a country, then what they get because where you divide people now from corruption as well, because it corrupts their mind. So, but we said get for grab and sensitize when people as well. We said need for continue for tell people and say this now real politics. We they go on the streets, we talk, we argue, but we hug each other and smile and shake hands and say no me brother, you know my sister. So what's now you put on this one?
Well, Jim, that's what it for be. Before, I think say the media for play a big role now, and we don't start now as VOS. For begin to tell the people and say, look, we don't need to be enemies at all. We can all, like we talk about, say the policy, the whole idea of them politicians they come together. Now for foster we interest, we all get the same objective, So each person they try for push in your agenda. And we as ordinary supporters or members, we don't really need to go out there and harm each other. We can look over in the West so now. Me neighbor na conservative, me na Labour person. When election time come, we always sit down one place with the ring there, where they watch the screen and see whether they win. Nobody not the fet. When we meet though, you say, hey boy, now we don't win, but we there. An election period out here in GM, Yusuf in America, na fun day. That the way people encourage and company say, come on, don't go vote. If you don't vote, you go left other person we don't want for lead you. Say Leon, we not sabi this kind of thing, or the whole of Africa not sabi this kind of thing. All we think sabi where election come, the same politicians and like we say GM, and then they go back go pull them people out their mind. Go tell them, say, then why so we for show them, we for make so. And it's unnecessary. It's all a lie. The people that need to understand now say, look, we all are brother and sister in our country. We need to look after each other. We don't need for
okay.
For
my
nobody.
name is Fuzia from Kenya.
Yeah. If anybody can talk to us and say, oh, at the same section, we all come out, the same region, just let we tell them now, say, no, we don't need all the business and no, we don't need for them can divide we. We need for be united, for stand together now for the country. I think that lesson the GM we need now for the teach with people now and again. We don't need division. We need for stand together and fight the good fight for the country better for everyone, each and every one of us in that country.
Thank you very much. That's not true. I think the host may try for call me just now. If you go call the main line, the main login line, so that we just go fixing the line. Auntie Fadima, because I don't see the try for coming. For call the 50 number, so that I will bring you in to the phone, because I know they say one join me to the phone, and then so you will continue the show. And we'll also go pilot the conversation. A very, 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 very important topic we all want to talk about tonight, because we know say any of this tier we talk about it affects we all greatly. So now very, very important topic, and we all go on for be a part of this topic here tonight. So Auntie Fadima, if you give me there now for call the other line, so that you go able to join you by phone, or we do the show. Or I will try for text the number to you that you will just call, and I will bring you in, so that we will continue the show. Make I go ahead first and acknowledge the one and don't join me right now, because I know say family they don't come, and they go in and out right now with all this back and forth now, but make us see if I can just acknowledge one of them. I think I lost few on them, but Mr. Abdul Kabu, they watch we now. We CEO he said they watch right now. Tiaziza said they watch. We now general manager, Mr. Amara Mane say hi, and he say Temperance. Mr. Almami Kano say hello VS family. Hello Mr. Kano, welcome to the show tonight. Mr. Mana say Temperance is a desperation of seek greener pasture abroad by any means. Yeah, so that will be the next topic we jump on after we're done this one. The topic I know we go to state about how we family and they suffer at the Middle East. So, but right now we just want to go more quick on the thing where we big people in our Salone. We cannot just the parliamentarians in, but even Dr. Samura, the flag bearer for the APC, they all meet mocks, and then show the world say, or show Salone say, we all now one family, we all now one host we come out, and waiting not to all things they see on social media, be saying so it there. So we tell them thank you, because now that we don't advocate now this program, we don't preach that for too long. Say do ya with the big una need for show leadership now we lack in a Salone, and we need una. Because if I'm not show that leadership there, we country in the spiritual right now, we country highly divide. So we glad we they don't show with this leadership. And then Auntie Fadima, don't send the code for you, so you can call we, and I will bring you in at the show. So we'll join at the phone, and then we go talk about this, because we need you now this show here tonight, especially now you show, so we not guest no more, so that we go talk about waiting they go on. And the good example that we don't begin to see. Now then see how we need. Salone, we need a good leadership. Most of we not hard for follow or take direction. If we not just show we the right way. We the follow not easy. But one make una know say this not we don't tire. We don't tire with us how we dey. We not go push that country forward if we not unite. We need to come together and push them forward as one family. So now we tell una thank you we don't begin. We hope say this is not just the beginning, and we hope say the president say go join suit, and the other people like Mr. Kamrimba and maybe Mr. Terrell, I understand say not go Liberia, but if Instagram will join them, the people who them in stand election, may they all come together, go in a different town them, go to the north, south, east, the west, and show we say this is Salone, this is not one Salone. We all can get this agreement, but at the end of the day, we all now one family. So Mr. Aziza say, please join the conversation by calling the above number line. And then the only thing we change, because they use the US studio, now the WhatsApp number, when they tweet, now 336-420-2699. If you watch down, we get on there. The only number we change is the WhatsApp number. All the other numbers are the same number. So I will make you go ahead and work more on that before we jump to the next topic. I know that nigga for be hot. Will you give me? Yeah. I say I will make you finish this one now before we jump to the next topic.
Oh, okay. The politicians they show a united front. I mean, that message then a very strong message, and I hope still like we say they don't start and so many and continue. Let people and they see them from time to time, so they all they come together, and, and talk one language, a peaceful language, encourage the people them for live side by side and live in peace, and make them left for they attack each other and unnecessary. I mean, I am so proud tonight for able to say yes. Well, politics they change. And for everybody, we said it as we own business for the educate others and say politics not really mean to say we get for the faith. It just means to say we all the faith for the same idea, but through different people them. Make we understand so that one country we get. Make we keep with people show respect for one another, keep the country peaceful, and the politicians themselves. May themselves continue this good work when they don't begin so. For they preach to them people in peace at all times. JM, I mean, it's this way. So when we go up in the 60s, 70s, in Sierra Leone, we saw a lot of this nonsense. Like what you say, we say don't tire, the wheels don't tire. This is no longer acceptable. Make with people and now begin learn for say enough is enough now. We need to stand side by side and respect each other, protect each other's, in every sphere of that country activity. Like nobody not die because of politics. I mean, only lesson and it to me self don't learn. So we all can work together. We don't need a fight because the politicians when they fight, they are peaceful. They are friends.
Thank you very, very much, Auntie Janet. And Mr. Brahma Contest join is here. Mr. Joseph join. We say hi, viewers, and Ms. Josephine Mavina to say hi and hello to you. And again, if I not see you comment sometime in Facebook and shift according to friends them, so I know intentionally tell for skip your comments or your name. But if as soon as they come tonight, I will tell for keep up with the comments, any phone calls them, because I know say most of the time we can cheat the comments them, but we go try. Now we jump to the main topic of the night. We don't talk, but it's not easy that people then go hear you. Because they feel say some of we overseas will not make them better. Which myself I not go blame them. Because myself in this salon, I go think about the same way. Say if I get opportunity for go na any country out of salon, who say say job there, I go get for go because I want better. Me say I want better me family them. But they couldn't say the grass not can always greener on the other side. Not to all time you go on the other side if you say because they eat soup. You see on TV means they all eat soup. So we get some video there where they can't show about people and where them end up for going to the Middle East, different country there, where they go for a better life for themselves and their family them, but they end up for the wrong and them and the wrong people them. But again, this get for be a debate. Make will not take nothing personal now tonight, because I know see people then get for really out their feelings out. We get for maybe even go through religion line. But let we understand say a country law and a religion are two different things there. Even though some people they can use some part of religion for ruling country, but not to the main religion than they do. So make people not take an attack on the religion, but take an attack on some of them countries there when they do them act here. So that's not just the culture. Maybe not to forget them the wrong way. Say, well, now the religion attack. No. Now the culture of that country, or the mindset of the people, people they talk about. So I just want to do that. So now with the first video they can watch now, one of we sister we in a Kenyan woman, where now most of them can end up in them country here. So in the country about your story, Jim after you go for another lady from Cameroon as well. And so go for watching your story. But make we watch this one first and make we own judgment of what he say, and then we go take them right from there, because if I make we learn, if we never go from them nothing safe. But something that they make we just give them the advice what they need. If they not take another, that's fine. But we own job don't have, we don't give them the advice. If we give them the advice we they actually need. So let me take this look at this video, then I'll come back after the video.
Okay, my name is Fuzia Onjiro from Kenya. I worked as a domestic worker in Saudi Arabia, where I never knew that I was going to Saudi Arabia to work as a domestic worker. I knew I was going to Qatar to work as a receptionist. Then when I reached Qatar, I was told like, no, you still have another flight to Saudi Arabia. So I was very much confused on what to do. I can't connect back to my people because my SIM card when I arrived in Qatar, it didn't work. So I ended up going to Saudi Arabia. When I reached Saudi Arabia, I was still confused because I never knew what I was going to do in Saudi Arabia. So I had to wait for the people to come and pick me, to take me to know where I can work. So he came, a man and his wife, they came and took me from airport, where they speak to me Arabic, which I never understood, but they were like, okay, this is what they're going to tell you. We're going to teach you water in Arabic. You have to say, if it's water, say it's water in Arabic. A spoon, you need to understand spoon in Arabic. So they tell me, when someone asks you for this, you'll know what to do. We reached home and they changed me. They say, we are not your bosses. We're going to take you to another house where you'll find your bosses who are there, who you'll be your bosses. Then I asked, why am I here? Because I was told like, this is not my job. I was taken to another job. They said, no, you are coming to us and you are coming to work for us. Then I told them that I had about the contract I had. Then they said, this contract you have, it's very different with whatever we have and whatever we sent to your country. So it was very difficult for me because even talking to them, it was a very big mess because they don't understand English. They only understand maybe 2 words in English. So they will tell you like, no, wait, we'll get someone who will talk. So I kept waiting until the 3 months of probation ended. When it ended, that's when life changed because they felt like you don't need to do something else. You're here to work. You must finish your contract because if you left before the probation time, they will take you back. But now if you already finished the probation, they won't take you back. So that's when I started staying with them, and they were like, when they eat their food, they don't give it to you. They give you leftovers. Then I used to cry a lot and say, I wish I was in my country where I could get something small and something fresh. Not like whatever they are eating, then they give you leftovers. They kept the food in their fridge and they will take it like a week, 2 weeks, and they still request you to eat that food, of which for them they cannot eat. Then I went on the bad luck. I went the bad month. A good luck, it was Ramadan, where you're supposed to work. They don't sleep at all, so you'll work 18 hours non-stop. You don't have anything else to do. You just work. You only sleep for 4 hours. After those 4 hours, they come and wake you up. Now you're supposed to work. Then they'll exchange you within the family. They say like, you work here in this house, you finish your job, then go and help my daughter to do this. Then you're being taken to another house to work. By the time you're so tired, they don't think of you as a human being. They think you as a slave to them because you're not you're not in their culture. You don't know anything. They only favor you because you're a Muslim. They're fasting, you're fasting, you're praying the same way they are praying. Then they feel like it's odd. Maybe for their mentality, they think you're talking. Maybe you're saying to God, why are they doing things to me? Why are they doing things to me? So they feel like it's guilty for them. So they try and treat you a good, like, okay, now rest. Or maybe if you rest is 30 minutes. When you eat, they can call you eating. Like, stop eating, do this for me for 5 minutes. Then already when you come to eat, you don't have that appetite. You find small kids, they abuse you a lot. The boys of the house, they know you're a slave to them. You don't have anything to say to them. You can't confront them. When you iron clothes, you iron the whole family clothes. You can take even 5 hours, 6 hours ironing clothes. You don't rest that much. Then you find others, they mistreat you like, okay, you find other men. They are telling you like, you know, you're beautiful. We know you're beautiful. No, can you do, if they ask for favors, which it's not allowed, because if you do that favor they want, you'll be jailed, or the woman in the house, she'll kill you, like other girls have been done. Most of girls, like 3 or 4 Kenyans were killed about that. They're having an affair with their bosses because you feel like, if I go back home, what will I go to do? I left my family. I came here to look for something good for them, to benefit them, but here I am. The boss is demanding for something, maybe. Then you feel, okay, he says, if you don't do it, I'll tell my wife you're doing this. So you feel so low, then you feel, okay, let me do it, because if he lies or if he says something else, they will believe him than they will believe me. So you end up doing things which you're not supposed to do. So after that, I stayed there. Then came a family member of them who used to talk to me English. He was better off. He studied outside their country. Then he requested me to go and look after their sick mother. So I used to take care of their mother each and every day, doing all the houseworks and checking after their mom. All those jobs you're still doing, and sleeping time is still the same. They don't do anything for you. I used to call home. Like, I went the contract 8 months, I wasn't paid. I never called home, so everyone in my family knew. There were cases like 3 of the ladies, Kenyan ladies, have died in Saudi Arabia. So everyone in my family was like, my mom was like, is that my daughter? So she doesn't have any communication. She never knew even the house I went to work, because the agency did never. So my mom used to go to that agency and say, where is my daughter? Where can I speak to my daughter? They'll tell, okay, next week come, we'll give you the contacts. Next week she'll go, and nothing at all. They'll say, no, the boss is not around, you just come next week. Until the day I left their house, went to their brother's house where I used to work to look after their mother. They gave me a phone to call my mom. Then that time I called like everyone in my family. Everyone wasn't picking the call. So I cried a lot, like, why am I calling? Is it something wrong home? I don't understand what was happening. So I cried a lot, and then I called a neighbor. I used to have my neighbor's number. So I called. So my neighbor was the one who picked and say, I told him like, okay, go to my mom's place, tell her to call the number back, because I cannot call. I was just given a minute to call, and if no one is available, so they won't give me the call again to call someone else. So he went and called my mother. So my mother called me back, and he was like, how are you doing? Are you okay? Do you need to come back home? Can I do so many things for you to come back? Then I was like, I don't need to come back at this time, because I'm still focusing on my kid. What will I come home and tell my kid? At that time I was like, how can I tell my kid? What will I say? I went for work now, it's almost an year. I have nothing to offer to my daughter. So what will I do? Then my mom will be like, and will I able to communicate to you again? I said, I don't know. If they let me, I'll communicate to you. If they don't, just know I'm very much okay, and know that I'm a strong girl. I'll make it. And I used to pray and cry a lot. So after I finished my contract, I asked them, can you let me leave now? They said, no. You need to add up 1 year, then you can leave, so we can be able to get another maid to come and work for us. So I never left, because I promised my mom after 2 years I'll be back home, of which I never came back after those 2 years. So I had to add up another year, whereby I stayed. I was misused. They used to tell me so many things. I used to cry, but I don't have someone to cry to. Until one day I decided to leave their house and go outside. So I went on the streets. I found police. They asked me, do you speak Arabic? I said no, because I was very mad and crying. So I said, I don't know Arabic, but I can speak English. Then they said, okay, for us we don't know English, but we'll take you there and you'll go and explain. So I went to the police station, and I stayed there for 3 weeks. They called my boss, and my boss was like, don't let her leave. We still need her. Then I said, let me go. I need to see my family. I need to go. I'm tired of you guys. They said, no. The boss says, I'll start saying, I'll accuse you of stealing. I'll say this and this. You won't go back to your country. So you have to come back and work with us for 1 year, then we'll send you home. I said, no, I'll never leave. So at the police station came another police. I don't know, maybe he left. He was studying in US. Then he came and asked, what is the issue? Then for him, I felt like now I have someone to talk to, because he understands me more English, because the other one, they don't understand me. So I talked to him, I tell him my story, and he was like, okay, let me go. I'll go to your embassy and I'll look for someone who can help you to go back to your country. And that's what happened. He went and talked to someone, then someone from the embassy came and asked me, what do you want? I said, I want to go back home. Then he was like, what will you go home with? I said, even if I have nothing to go home with, maybe when I feel home, it will be best for me, because I'll be seeing my daughter. I'll be having the small thing that my family has, and I won't be living the same life I'm living here today. Then he said, okay, we'll go and work on that. They went and took like 2 weeks. Then the same man came and asked me, they haven't done anything to you? I said, not yet. He went back to the embassy and asked, what are you planning for this girl? That's when he went asked for the embassy. Then the boss came again. So what have you decided? Are you going to come back? Are you going to do this? I said, no, I'm not going to come back to work. I need to go home. I need to see my daughter. I need to see my family. They promised, like, if you come back, we're going to pay you all your salary. We're going to do everything for you. I said, I've been there. You have never paid me. I always tell you, I've worked for that salary, but you're begging for your salary because they don't want to give it to you. So after that, they came and say, like, okay, that Arabian say, now you see, you'll go home. He said, I'll pay your fare. I'll do everything. So I was deported back to my country. When I came home, I never told anyone I was coming home. So I reached home without saying anything. I reached at the airport and I had nothing to take me even home. So I had to talk to someone, like, I need to go home from here and it's very far. Help me with some shillings. Maybe one day I'll come back and repay you. So he paid for me. I went home. I met everyone at home, but no one knew it was me. So everyone was crying, like, what did you go to do there? My mom was like, why did you go? I told my mom, like, this is the life. Maybe I've learned so many things when I was there. Maybe it's the chance to build me up. I don't know, but that's the opportunity. I believe everything happens for a reason. And maybe it was a reason for me to go and experience that life. So maybe later on I'll be a strong person. And that's when I start working with my community, where I'll talk to people. I'll talk to small girls, age of 15 to 17, the early pregnancies in the community. Then when I start working with the community, I went and joined the KYN. It's Kamkunji Youth Empowerment Network, of which it's working on informal sector workers, educating, creating awareness on them, and capacity building trainings on them, how to access. After that, I met the partners of As the Kudeha. They're working on domestic workers. Then they were like, okay, we are working on domestic workers. We are training them. I said, this is the best thing. I need to share my experience to those people who want to go, so they can know whatever they're going to do outside. I've been in so many activities, and I'm being given that chance to talk to them. I even met some strange person, neighbor, called me like, okay, let me ask you one thing. Then I was like, ask. When I look at you, I see like you're someone who has left your country and goes somewhere outside. I said, yes. They said, I have a family member now who wants to go. He said he wants to go to Qatar and work in Qatar. I asked him which job is going to take her there, or which job is going to, she's going to do. She said she's being promised a lot. I told him I was promised a lot. I knew I was going for a better job, but when I reached there, it was something different. Then he begged me like, can you have a time? Then I can call her. Then you sit down and talk to her. I met her. I talked to her. I was like, what are you going to do? She said, I've been promised a job, a very nice job in a salon, where I'll be working for 150 Kenya money. I said, how much are you giving for commission? Because a job like this, you need a commission. She said 150. I told her, my sister, that 150, try to do something. Take the money, start a job, start a simple job in your country, and be proud of who you are. Then she was like, I say, maybe they'll tell you that, but when you go outside, they'll give you something else. You'll think you're going there, then you'll be taken to a house. What are you going to do? If you want to go to work outside the country, Start with your house. I tell her, start with your house. You know the small things you avoid doing in your house? That's what you're going to do there. You don't clean the handle door, you don't clean the ceiling, you don't do you don't care because it's your house. It's a very simple. But when you go there, they'll tell you clean the ceiling, clean the toilet with a toothbrush, clean the floor with a brush. You all do sort of things. Can you do that? Can you handle that? Then she asked me, so that's what I'm supposed to do? I said, yes, that's what you're going to do. But I'm requesting, it's not like I don't feel happy for you to go. If you want, you can go. But it's better going, knowing that someone else told you. So you won't regret anything like I did, because no one told me whatever I was going to get there. I was promised a better thing. Then I went there, all of a sudden it changed to something else. And I was in a very big mess. Then she said, how did you manage? I said, I've been through a lot. So I want someone who goes there, knows whatever she's going to do. Put your mentality, this is what I'm going to do, these are the challenges I'm going to get there. Am I ready for them? If you are, go. If you don't, just stay back at your home. I give an example. I had a friend. We went with her the same flight. Then she was too emotional. When she went there, she was treated. She had 5 kids. She went because they're like, okay, let me go and support my kids. The house she went, she was tortured a lot. She even had mental issues because she was stressed. Under stress, she came under depression. Then all of a sudden, she was like crazy. No one can handle her. After that, she was like, the bosses used to take video of her, how she's behaving, the craziness, doing everything there. Then she'll share on WhatsApp everywhere in the media, so people will see how crazy she is. After that, we talked. Then someone from the country, she was taken to a hospital, their mental hospital. Then here in Kenya, her parents thought like she has neglected everything for them, because no communication, nothing else they know. They don't know where she is. Now when I came and told them, like, your daughter, she's in a mental hospital, go to the embassy, do the process.
All right, family, and we go stop now. And I try for being Auntie Janet back, because again, this young lady in story, and I believe say nobody will make farm go through that. Nobody. But it really tough for watch. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. The video really tough for watch. I see the video. I try for all my tears back, but I'm not able. Auntie Jenna, I don't mean if you, Auntie Jenna, you do it to me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you able to go through the video and some of the things already lady me say.
Well, me no strangers to that video day and series of videos and where they talk about how men treatment with them picking they get now Saudi Arabia or Kuwait or Libya. It's a sad situation. But Jim, the one thing where they pay me pass all thing. Now we brothers and sisters with the traffic them picking there. Now they blame begin.
Yes.
Then they see what's in there happen. Then they see how we sisters they don't die now. The hands of Arabs them, and you get we get we on board and assisted them because a good number of them, when we don't try to forget them details and through them picking they call them Kadama slaves.
Yeah.
We contact them and tell them say so don't happen to this person. They don't care. It's all about money, And then when the people are now where they buy them picking their ass, where they treat them when they give them, Jim, waiting make me not see now one human being to the other. For let you watch another human being treat another person simply because of color. I don't know if not ignorance or not just this stupid talk about superiority and hierarchy. This is all a myth. We're all human beings. But this problem not will stop because I will tell you for free, the embassy, other agencies where they fight against human trafficking and a big business in the world. it's difficult.
I mean, it is. It is. This is not the problem, because I know say we go on for jump on the end product when the people we suddenly
Yes.
but we don't want for talk about the causes of the problem. And the cause now we fumbled. Not one of the kind of we can't take with sister them. Now we've bothered them because now it is a syndicate. They say they give them commission for make them go take their own sister them or them brother them for go turn on a slave. Make we not even say for civilized the world. This is slavery. Now slave work then they go do. Because of small commission they go forget them. And even the officer then cut the embassies and they now they young family and they run the office here. It is a shame. Well, make I just read some few comments that people can put up, because I know some people don't already put some way again for touch with this topic here. Okay, Mr. Manem, they talk about the first video talk or show about the leader them. They say the public shows are good, but what they are saying to the party supporter behind the scene is what is dividing our nation. And then Miss Josephine Mavina say, indeed, my sister, me too, I'm in Kuwait. Miss Melvin, if you listen, we do a call we na the WhatsApp number. We go one for talk to you. Because if you follow you get somebody like a you story, we did it right now at the ground there, it will make a big difference. Make other Salone people don't go yegi voice, but they no say not to see what they make up. Do you, my sister, if you get able to join we and make you help with that, so we yegi young voice so that you say go pass some message to young family in a Creole. Make them know say this is not a joke. People don't lost their lives them. People don't harvest people and organs them. This is not a big business. More than my life. Then it turned out a big business. And Miss Franzia says sad, and Miss Melvin says so sad. Miss Jeb says sad, and then Mr. Manis say bad governance in Africa is responsible for the mass exodus of able men and women to Europe and America. The manager said the watch is it's sad. Mr. Ziza says so sad, and Miss Mary Kendall said the watch and said they shed tears. And Miss Melvin said they agree with everything with sister we talked about in this video just now. Mr. Ziza say back to slavery, and then Mr. Amara More, welcome to the show. He said you are very right, bro. And then Miss Alice Dixon said very sad, and Mr. Mohammed Dukure said the watch said the video is fact. Again, at the time when I say as much as we do this, plenty of people and still not believe we. Because not to the first time we don't do this show now, this program here. Not to the first time this. Then still not believe we. I don't know waiting we for do for people to understand say this is not a joke. Then people when they can't talk to when I say they get job them overseas, not lie. They now commission and they work for. Where then take on a passport and care when I go to the embassy and a business then they go sell you, then get your commission. My brother or my sister, we they listen to this. If your brother and picking in a salon, or your sister and picking, or your sister or your cousin, then tell you say the one guy then come together, be an ambassador, be an angel, and save their lives. Now rape them, they rape the while them over there. The woman they not care if the man sleep with them, then they will sister there. Then picking them one sleep with the sister then they. Then brother then they can't sleep with them. Then they work from morning till night. They know they pay them. Because that parent for pay them, somebody they take the money in a corner. We ain't don't can't tell and say this now me they sell them, so now they give me the money. This is not a business. The police don't get nothing for do with them. Because they just get some of the people that they host them. I mean, I really lost the words. In 2018, with the see slavery right now, we don't eyes them. But guess what? Because then people have to say Africans, we don't want nothing. Most especially black Africans. We get to call on the line. Make I go ahead and answer this call because this don't really get to me too much. Make an answer this call right here. Welcome to the show. Call out and then say the call from, please.
Mr. Masari from Philadelphia. I just come in late. Yes. Because I will keep place at this one. Yeah. Because waiting me talk about this. You see, the government then the country gets a big thing to go with. You understand? Now this will they talk for all the same. What they talk for the police, the law and for be neutral. You understand? For immigration, then for reframe everything back again. Because of this thing, not to the first time this they happen. It don't begin to happen from decades. You understand? One thing, they blame the police. You understand? The police high commissioner, because when they travel, they go for that let's say passe. You understand? Waiting and guide they also then they do. Then they bribe the people within this police, this immigration side. Then just want to people also their passports. Because by right, when they go for that let's say passe day, you supposed for show. Supposed for see the person where they go there. But then guy then they use the bribing. They know they ever then people they know they ever show up in our immigration. You understand? And then they go no more with their passport picture. Then do everything. Then get also then documents them back again. So it's back again. Salone easy for case 10 people they are so. If we see ID people and they want make, we are also for track 10 people there. So it just stand like an oversee. When they go track and then go dealer there. So then they send the FBI them where they act like for say then they do the same deal. Do they get the facts? Then before then go read at the particular place. Me they act like for say and they can buy drugs to you. That's now they not get for free. Now the same thing that happened back in Salone. Now the 2 months driving, the police them back again. They back in and out. They can do their job. When they don't go arrest the guy, they are so back again. They give them a call cam from the above. Don't they? This the guy them. You understand? Now the main thing that they way the cows with them difficulty then. Yeah, so those back again with people then. The most people are mostly when they do this thing. Now the one that wouldn't they do well now alone. Wouldn't they owe $2,000 per month? Which means if they get $2,000 per month, you understand why make you go do them nonsense game they ask for can't say personally couch oversee. Now in can they tell to me like I mean bad didn't say the kind way also Europe the day before not so now because we not gonna war again at Salone. If you can't claim asylum then get to ask you different questions then. But other people they listen. And they do well in a Salone, then they do them business for this oversee when they first for camp. And then they all because we were in there so we go make fake life or they go down there. We need to go tell them the type of job they do now, so the type of difficulty we so within the so then they all make the people there. Wouldn't they not tongue you see that person don't call it 1 year they go with like a 4 months to cut them. You make that a person where they feel for everything bright and beautiful. Now then all they cause all this because if we begin to tell people and for say, hey, but so thing, make so they believe. Don't back again, then they can talk about, hey, why make you not come back again and all that way. How now a person will tell you which not the truth? You understand? But I want thing, then they see that video they are on, then they still they go back by the same difficulty. Maybe they already tell and say the oversee before, not so in again, and then Kuwait when they want they go so in a slave they go turn a path. Some people they can come out good, some they can come out bad. And then like an agency they are so the government therefore read the agency then yes so because of them get them there, you understand? Then they go to immigration. The government therefore put serious pressure by the immigration officer they also make them the right thing. This Salone that's too easy for case for person. We don't go tell that person and they give you so money. Show me who's actually. Then they talk because of all my angry. You see, when I want thing and the CID it get for poor money for case 10 people they also. You understand? When they go set example for them, but now one thing back, when they can do back, then drop them back again. when they're arresting people, they are so back. When they carry them go back and steady back, phone call come, release the people there. Also, the thing will go straight. You see, it go really difficult. But not God, we just want the praise to God. Also, we sensitize we people that meet and believe. But we police force, which we law. If so, we know change everything. It go difficult for we. Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that call there. Auntie Janet, make I go to you. What's in your take on what Mr. Masavi just talked about?
You know, unfortunately, I know you. I don't know about the line is just bad. And I really half of it, Mr. Masavi. But as always, I know say they make very good point. But something they were on bringing coming about them picking out the situation with the government, their own position. I don't want to be fair to government, the past government. When this situation began, let me go to as far back as 2013. You know, government with the embassy, obviously, when the NCR begin, you contact them and all kind of a thing. Well, you see, the biggest fight lies with this organized crime, then traffickers there. And there is no the control, not there. Because waiting to first of all, let's go to the immigration. You talk about then why they get passport, you know, then for travel. You know, I remember we get a show, na Freeton, a program where we invite the deputy commissioner or whatever for immigration or whatever. And what the man been say was, it's difficult for stop them picking area. It's when they come in clusters, you know. Yes. Yeah, sure.
Mina Alimami Mansare, the call from Pennsylvania. This thing is so disheartening. My African sister, they narrate in story. You know, it's really disheartening. This is complete modern day slavery. We all know, say, everybody want migrate in search of greener pasture. Since the Bible days, we don't get a whole exodus of people moving one location to the other in searching of a greener pasture. The question comes that this country, where we sisters them and they smuggle them for go, the laws and cultures of that countries and they quite different from the West or from even outside in the common Africa. These are extreme Islamic rules country wherein their culture, domestic workers, like they own you, like a property. You're subjected to your master. In any way they want to treat you, and so then go treat you. So this begs the question, what are the causes of this? The low level of education we people and get understanding, poverty, and government creating an environment where it's friendly for encourage agencies them or establish in their country here, they smuggle with sisters them, they take them overseas. For go do them kind jobs there, where they go end up for become modern day slaves. Then what's in the role of the embassies them who we get in their countries ahead? Because according to the lady in narrative, then call the embassy. Somebody come, it takes 2 weeks. Except the police, where a measure say they speak English, therefore make follow up again with the embassy. I think the role of embassy is to seek the welfare of nationals and other countries, and it's not only for the just issue visas them, but also for seek the welfare of them we brothers and sisters and they where they in them kind of conditions and they. So now this begs the question: what will be the role for minimize, for mitigate them problem there, for mitigate this kind of false information, whether they give with sisters and the false promises? What will be able to stop this? I think the role of civil societies comes into play, wherein more sensitization needs to be done for educate with sisters them about the dangers whether they face, whether they make this journey, whether they give them all hopes, where they go turn out for me. Hey, I get a Nigerian, somebody where I work with a job. He tell me something about one of the family where you go work in Saudi Arabia. I say they are accused and the lady then caught him. I haven't seen that. She just told me that story one day. We get a conversation about the issue here. So it's very, 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 very risky for we sister them. So I think the immigration, civil society, Ministry of Social Welfare really need to step up. Because there is nobody living Sierra Leone without getting a visa measure in this country saying that they go. So we need for the monitor know what people here they go do in this country. Especially you go a flight to the left where you go see something 10, 15 Sierra Leone young girls them. Then outside they go Saudi Arabia or Kuwait or Qatar. Right away, that's now a signal where we immigration workers them need for the investigate because this is more than their slavery. So you see, that's not a contribution no more for now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Almami.
Thank you very much, Mr. Almami. We go jump on that because there's some implication on that side where you end for talk about the immigration workers then. But before I hand over to Auntie Janet, that issue is very, very tough because we get freedom of movement. They be adults them. Then consent for me then go over then country there. Because somebody don't come to and say it gets a better job for the way they not already believe. So if you immigration officer say they stop him, the person don't buy a ticket, he qualify for go, he say they go on the business, we're not supposed to stop him. So now a very, very tough situation. Even though it's time for saving life, but it gets a freedom. So what's now you take on that? As somebody get a legal background, what's now you take on that?
Well, you know, it's in now the same question Mr. Almami asked. So now the same question we were asked the chief immigration officer few years ago. You know, like how you don't explain and so free movement of people and their rights for do what they want to say they want go. But something the way the man raise up, we raise as an issue, we make myself get a good insight as to how for handle the situation. What's in the happiness, not to the beginning itself, they go at the end, at the immigration office for their passport. Now this rogue traffickers, and then they apply for the passport. So you get 5, 10, 15, 20 people that apply for passport for another person. So then they go collect, they go pay money inside the immigration office, then collect the way name. And the other thing is very difficult. The visa we get for go na Kuwait or Saudi Arabia, not so inside the country where not where you get them from. The one where they employ you now, they apply for the visa for you. Then they send them to you by phone. You go print them, you put them on your passport. Because if they go through the process of going into embassies, the embassy will not able for go through them paper and no say this person are working, they go work under. Because the one thing we'll be able to achieve in 2016 was the V20, the I-20 or V20 visa, where Salone not stop for get a visa day. So a surprise for you say today we sister them back na Kuwait day who we believe say they're not for allow them to go through the airport. What did they do now? GM will be surprised. Then they go through Guinea, then they go through Liberia, different countries then for get them passport. The boy then they go get them passport for them. Now different country. Because in country then they not ban this visit to this work visa to the Middle East. Ghana don't ban them, Sierra Leone don't ban them, Cameroon don't ban them. After all the atrocities and the way they're picking with people and suffer at the hands of the Arabs them. Also the situation now where we did. The traffickers and the government will begin lay amp on them. 2016 inside Guinea they hold about 65 of them. What's happened to them? When they send them go, most of them are Sierra Leoneans. When they arrest them, we government intervene, they return them to Sierra Leone. They don't prosecute anybody. Everybody go about their business. So this is a difficult situation, you know, and it's a situation where I don't know. Even inside, you know, Jim, the one thing that surprised me, inside this United Kingdom, so as it also, they get slaves than I so. Two the same Arab people where they can work now, then they get black man where they can work for them. Someone found me on Facebook in 2015. You know, when we raise the issue about human trafficking and slave trade going on in the Middle East. The person writes to me said, "Don't look too far." Right inside the UK, he said you get speaking the way they work for the Arab there, and the same way that they treat them. Before the people can understand now, say the British themselves don't begin investigate them, then begin arrest people them. So GM, it's a difficult situation. It's a painful situation. It's a reality where we know don't know how to affect them. If this problem had a face, you will look into the face of this problem and say, what can we do to stop this? So this is the real issue. The problem not going to go away. I don't know how. Mr. Mansaya, I did hear something to do with the embassy. What did the embassy then were able to do? It's difficult. You know, the embassy then, yes, when they're in trouble, the embassy they go intervene. The embassy they go outside and hold them, because when they hold them at Kuwait, the experience I get when they hold them at street, then get a shelter outside and they can go. At shelter there, the embassy, they contact the embassy and tell them, say, we get 15, 20 of our guys that are the ambassador, they go there, go take the all list, you know, names them down and try to get traveling certificate for them. But government, they buy tickets for them. Now, only towards the end of 2016, the APC government decided, because there was so much trauma will take place on that place day, when they decide to buy tickets for some of the girls and for return them. So the last batch for them left Kuwait in 2016. For can wake up 2018 and you say you get a huge number of girls in Kuwait. I just felt broken. But that is not even the worst. How about the one where affect each back Salone? We happy to they see them die in our water. I am so shocked. I am so totally shocked. This also with man say I'm beside myself. How? But not the environment where they send themselves. Poverty, lack of employment. Nothing all day. Where they look, say you were able to do for go forward. And the other painful thing, Jim, they are the ones paying money to the traffickers. You see how the complication come? Because when they reach now the Arab country where IAM want for help them, once you paid money to be trafficked, that means to say you don't consent to traffickers them. So that this means that they're able all for prosecute the traffickers them. The person where they can go now in the consent. By paying money means you've consented. It is very sad.
Thank you very much for that update, Auntie Janet. Obviously, it is because this is a big responsibility. I believe say we all need to take this as a task for the way we will save young people. Because the reason why I make that high flood of people when we go take them at that Cameroonian case where that video may surface on Facebook. We all normally see where they maltreat people and begin beat them, step on them, put them in a jail, and some air to me get for lead, take plane for go take the Cameroonian them out. So all the other African countries they themselves shame because shameless more than say do.
Oh yes, shame. Yes.
But some other sisters have showed some responsibility as well. Oh. But at the same time, some of the ignorance because they don't know the information where we get now, they not get them back home. Because Mrs. First don't answer, so somebody don't call me like a month ago. They asked me. Luckily, the person asked me, say somebody just contact them for say for go na Kuwait for go work. What do you may think about them? The first thing on matter say I tell God thank you when you ask me this question because I just get a chance to save your life today. And it's like, what do you mean? And the first question I asked me, what do you mean? So I began to explain to her. Luckily, I mean, guess what? Then video now send out to her. So right now, the person I know because the person they free to, so I tell God thank you about that. But I believe say they have not get much information down like we get them because of the not all things they download on their phone, not all kind of video because of megabytes. Then they afraid. because we don't buy a small unit, you know, I'm born for download all kind of video. Cool, we get access to now, access to the internet. Yeah. So I think say we need to come up now with ideas how we go find way for make the information reach the layman at Salone, let them know. I don't know if we need to go through a mock system with churches, social media, the radio, TV, word of mouth on the streets, but what we find a way for disseminate this information. The same way Nikki, I don't know, but Nikki China at Salone or China Nikki, whatever it is. The more make people find out way, make people and say go no, but then kind of information we will save their lives there. Because this is not very, very important thing. Because I get another video I can show of another lady from Cameroon who said a similar story. So we go. I will come for show that back. But somebody said ask the same question I just asked. You should say, what will stop the false promises given to our people to travel abroad? Let's come up with solutions. And Ms. Daniela Koko Kuroma said exactly, and Mr. Mohamed Kuroma said so sad, and Mr. Almami Masai agree, and Ms. Daniela Kuroma say why can't we have monthly service in Sierra Leone? Again, any idea we will come up with for make we save them life here, make we bring them up. Let we try them. Make we try them. We don't know what thing for work, but something for work. And then Mr. Brahma Conte say we speak, and I have saved a lady a year ago who was me or who wanted me to help her pay her way to Saudi Arabia. Mm-hmm. If anybody asks you for pay, do a big. That money they no say na save the saving life. All that money they do a big. And you also say, Mr. Kuroma say I have a fact to put forward. Again, if you get a fact to put forward, Mr. You can call the show and then give you facts, because that's what we want. We want information. We want anything so far away it will save life in a Salone. It's very, very important. Anything, any way we able to save life, give you that information there. Because until you get information, we will not get always, or you be able to relay the message more, we don't understand pass how some of you able to pass, some we don't understand. So anything we will get make we do. And then Mr. Amara Mane say, let's create job opportunity for our people and ensure they are educated, formal and informal, enough to make informed decisions. So many people are go school. Not was not elite kids then though. So many people are go school. So then some even some of them are college people, college kids them. At least he probably even get some few graduates among them. Because this girl at the country, so Amy don't graduate from college. But somebody just lied to him, say it will get a very good job, make it go. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if we make go ahead and show the video now because it's long, small. We don't know go finish them all, but I'll just show some of them. What do you want to take on that?
You know, Jim, the whole situation at the poverty na the country na Africa, na the causative factor. I can talk to any of them girls there, so I get a whole lot of their WhatsApp. Then they go for find money, or go find job for supporting family, for supporting picking them.
Okay, we get a call on the line. Make a disturb this one. We get a.
Yes.
Yes, and Mr. Mansari back again from Philadelphia. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Samuel Mansari, yeah. Yes. You know, Tima Karitga back for talk back again. You see this? The government gets a big thing for all this, waiting they cause all this now poverty.
Yes.
Understand? And then make all the talk now, the show can say, may the government, may them create job in a Salone. Because if job in a Salone, many people say, but people are going to go for this nonsense here. You understand? And because of when self will be the Konaki 2003, you understand? The people say, and we ambassador, they know they work for the people. Then they're not even talk to you. They go and something they happen with you. They're not even do nothing. But that's what they talk for. Say, not to send unadi. Wait to make, and then put them people also for make so you be ambassador for you counting out foreign land. And wait so they know they speak for them people. You understand? Because all students think then they see we get embassies now then different and now therefore talk for them people they also. You understand? And because everything that we can put in out the government, we don't have the ambassador and now they act as the government at that particular side there. You see? It's just like then they get money for their own interest. You see? One thing and another make with a big at this government, we don't say this guys to make them create job for the people. If they create job for the people, me no for say all that thing they also they letting everything up. Poverty they make people and they go parent kind they also everything. Because of every day we count they go beyond. You see? Now then thing they also we the people and we forgot to see, we forgot to tell, we government for say we want job. Also for they can with the cost self, we make this, make them create job. You understand? For the people, big, because of it just sounds like an overseer. So now you go and choose for go be gal, for go be prostitute, because of the job day, education day, everything day. You understand? Personally, you want to be that thing day, but like Africa now, you don't get choice because of poverty. And then all the cause all this for go school own money, for go work. You go for go spend the work, the big bank, they want to slip back with you back again. You see, now then they all make we people and they go lost their life, and they go to their odd job they also now they count for them day because there is no hope. You see? Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that call day. I mean, make your own take on that before we get to the next video, because make we so that let back in your own ordeal where you go to.
You know, Jim, and the embassies, yes, then they represent the country, and the embassies, then they, of course, when they hold them to keep their asshole, then they contact the embassies, and the embassies, then they go na the holding cell outside them to care the embassy, then therefore try for fetch for them. Some of them they wait in the situations just where they could wait way ridiculous to me. If the person will buy you, if they're not paying that money, they will take buy you. They're not able to release you. And that to me is like this is pure slave trade going on in a country. You know, and in fact said Human Rights Watch, they write something, but when they say they find difficult to operate. For say under the circumstances when they enter the country, which made the government when they intervene for say slavery is not accepted. It didn't them church say slavery is not accepted. The practice of selling one human being to another human being is not acceptable. It didn't them paper. What they make the people that they carry them out? What they make them they arrest them people when they buy people for work for them? Well, like you said, the people in the common and the country kind of we own country. Now we own people and they facilitate them. Yes, please.
Oh, this is Daniela. I'm just giving. Yeah. So there's a different program system where they some are positive and some are not. But at the end of the day, I mean, to be honest with you, we all get voice, we all get play into. We get social media and we get all this WhatsApp, Facebook, and all these different places that we compete in. If we all able to put all these different things that we go, especially with people they see, and all these cases they advise people of different for take. I mean, but in our I'm not saying in the village, but inside the city. And if we're able to divert their attention into them, educational programs, workshops, different things, I think it will be so beneficial and so straightforward, positive for the people of the not to only, okay, make we just badness. That can be part of happiness. You can able to do rally. You just be able to do show for push them. Don't just aware. The only way you just want to remember 2 generations. The way where you go able for address somebody and see for to take care for able for get somebody attention 2019. If you don't say then people that are to them still must stay into gladdy. Now we sleep no more than in the all man one push go. Where something bad happen, all man one blame one positive. So when you know saying at this time way for do, I mean for me I know I've gone as Salone but community. But at the end of the day, we get family, we get parents, and we get people that we go school, we don't go through the experience them, and then they talk about it recently. Me, I don't want to go on them, and I go last year, but the mindset of the people is so different. It's so limited. The only way where you can broaden the mindset of how we people and for divert the attention to stay within the all man different. Some people that are visual learner, some people that are different way than the learn. So the only way is to say them people there. Now this way they get attention. You push the way where say that they're important, so the way they're able for understand. If not through music, you guys way where you listen everything you clap for bring their attention. You think for get their attention. If you notice in our rally, it will get them. So those are different things that we get. But honestly, in human trafficking, there are different things that we're going to affect countries. Kuwait, Dubai, Turkey, Hungary, Saudi Arabia, different countries. We people are not in this so far because at the end of the day, even though they have the education, still ignorant. They not get the mindset for no say yes the wrongest. You don't say yes, but at the end of the day, you get party the back where they are next country that where they in the life. After Mudea, they make good money. And there's a couple of people that way and they call me now and say, now only $300 for the whole month. When they're able to get family they back home, they even do a better pass way to the Ghana Salone, but they don't eat. So why you go? So all these different things there, Yahweh, people that they bring up now because of the don't pass experience, the government have to come up with a plan of how they're going to execute it, how they're going to just get to the people and relate those information and take it back to the foreigners and say, hey, we citizens them with a request for them to come back, but before them they come back, you got to put things in place. Do vocational services or training for people that made a job. Do different kind of like a job coach program or something, some kind of a trade schooling for them to come back to so they can able to fall into something. And if you even get the things that you can get private sectors. For me, I get it from but how can you even say, I'm going to open an NGO in Africa? If the people in Africa are open you on your own business, you can't get people to patronize your ignorance because you're not giving the right step. So you get these people that that okay, we get business and we get this. You get private sectors that way that we get all of this. Well, the country have nothing to show for it because every single person wants to keep out for themselves. They want to make sure say every people they can afford themselves. So how can you take young people that with them they wouldn't come they work 1% or 1%? At least they know say yes and they get out there with you. So then they have their own country themselves they need to get. So the government has to find a way how to put all this stuff together, articulate properly, come up with a very good strategy, find a way of how to put everything in place. Not only come on, yes, anybody can go. Anybody can give you their 2 cents. But the main fact is we're saying it, but we're not going forth with it. We're not making sure that we're not checking and putting, dot our I's and cross our. All my want get credit for able to do. All my want say yes, I know, but nobody actually do the work. So the government has to put trade stuff in place, work stuff in place, so the citizens of the country have a job. Because without those trade programs, there's nothing they're coming back to.
Yeah, this I'm a man. Yeah, I go from the States. Yeah. Yeah, we are trending. Because for we brothers and sisters, then we they suffer, because then they suffer. So all me on take is na bad governance. Salone too blessed for we go. I didn't know and down to Salone specifically because we know who don't come now within the US. We know what's in with the face. We know what's in the challenges. Even we can with legal documents and for able work and do decent work, we know the concern we get. So for a government day with all the mineral wealth, with all the marine wealth we get as a nation, we know able to cater for people's own welfare. It's so heart-rending. Because me, I remember in those days, people are not remember for travel. If somebody wants to travel, now either on education or on vacation, for go see sightseeing, then Salone be known of. Either you want to go land or wait, not for go fair work. Because then days and day, everything be homegrown, work then day, thing and day. But now, don't put up politics and everything. The hardship, they make we begin see with youth, then they run, then they call them tempo run. Then by any kind way, they ready for go abroad, for go make life, for go feel life in real sense. But people know they enjoy Salone with all the riches. Now hardship now we don't face. For years, in the 80s, we they go schools, then they cook for we they eat. Friday, then they packet the bulgur, the cornmeal for cargo for weekend. So in essence, now government and development partners, they take care of the people. So then see how we don't can happen. We don't get a quick turnaround. We don't they look we self like an enemy. Don't they make the one that we call politicians, they divide we for their own selfish end. So one of the things now for them we be conscientized enough as to how we resources them for benefit with people. We will make we for the other people for the admire we for can work for we. 7 million people we then can well say, oh, she don't pass. It's like we at the bank of the river, though you wash you face with the spit waiting at you mouth. It really is pathetic. It really not encouraging. And now I'm down to a country, specifically Sierra Leone, because the thing where they go on, we know they see where they move as a nation, in the way we will move with all the resources where we get as a nation. We were within our US now, we they suffer. The only thing that the welfare system within our US, and they cover most of we. Something they will go for the educated brother their own. Because for so long, silence they underline they as to where people when they go back home, how then they go spoil money back home, they give impression say everything goes in that part of the world here. So as Sierra Leonean, we learn for love we set and put we country before. And make sure say we follow with politicians there. Let them use we resources for better we all life there. I tell you plenty, thank you. I no hang on too much on the line. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that call, and God bless you. And I think say the host of the show there on Auntie Fadima, are you on the line? Auntie Fadima? Yeah, okay. So what's I go do Auntie Jane? Make I go ahead and show this video quick, then we'll get back to or make I get them comment here quick before I lost them. Then we'll get to the video. Miss Daniela say the reality is we all have a voice. This is why we have social media, radio, TV, etc. Let's use it to the best of our abilities. Mr. Mohammed Kurma say we know that it's the poverty, but associated with lack of basic education. That is the key factor. And Mr. Manasseh improved welfare service by African countries, especially Sierra Leone. Political win in the practical term. Teach people to love and put country first in all they do. Welcome to the show, Mr. Michael Coker. Okay, we got another call on the line, so Michael, go and answer this one.
Yeah. We know that. This now, I remember again the call from Pennsylvania. Yeah. This human trafficking issue, I think, one of the fastest growing business for Africa and Asia, and most possible way second to drugs for the illegal business them way they happen at the world, way they second. There were sisters there out in the cab so and get 3 domestic seas, but then they go engage them for cleaning, cooking, and the worst of it, they confine them in one place. They not get days off, and they work for long hours.
Honestly.
They're exposed to sex abuse, physical abuse. It's just too disheartening. But what if we feel saying that in the solution, we don't talk problem now? What if we say that in the way forward? Just like what you say earlier, I think targeting religious institutions and heads will be very useful for Sierra Leone. Because of my understanding, I might be wrong, somebody can correct me. Most of our sisters, the way they left Sierra Leone, I believe, most of them are Muslim, the way they believe them, they will fit into the religious setting over there. Because themselves, they pray. So if we target like the religious institutions, religious heads, or help to sensitize with sisters and some of the dangers and disappointments them more than go face over there, it will be very, very much useful. Also, involving local authority in the sensitization, wherein we will sensitize people onto local level. Tell them the dangers of this thing. Tell them the fake promises with the agents here they give them. It will be very useful for great awareness of what things they go face. And the third one will be government need to invest more in the human capital of people. Wherein, in the sense, if somebody not able to go to school, but we invest and create an environment and culture, so we encourage people to go learn a non-formal education when a trade. When people get trade, they are engaged. It's very, very useful again for help to avoid some of the situation here. And the fourth thing where I go talk about it will be a solution. The government, like the CID department, will mount up some sting operations then to teach them traffickers here. Government not get for wait for the number for make this thing happen. Government will mount up some operations then, therein and they use some people and bring them people here out. Because this now a trade completely on the ground. So I think government need for go meet them. It could be very useful to make we help to stop this happening thing. You know, it just puts me down for your hidden kind here. I know what it means to be a foreigner or somebody in land where you know even they speak language, you know, not get the same culture, and above all, they not get respect for you as a human being. That's a contribution no matter.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Janet, I will come to you where you make it one more about Almami say, but let me go ahead and just watch this video quick and then we'll get back to the show because this is really, really painful.
15, when I just left school, there was this zeal in my head. I wanted to make money. So unfortunately for me, I got in contact with a pastor actually who lives beside my elder sister's house. He lives at 80 now presently. Mr. Fred Bright Azongwa, that's his name. He said, I could take you go to Kuwait because I've made many girls to go to Kuwait and now they're living the good life, la vida loca, blah, blah, blah. And I was, captivated. At that point, a girl of my age just left school, would want to do anything to have money, genuinely anything to be precise. So I felt like going to work over there in Kuwait would probably get me more money to probably maybe further my education and take care of my family. So I hustled, I saved, I toiled, I did everything possible to raise at least part of the money, which he promised that he would probably, add his own money or get money from wherever, contribute to make everything happen. Then when I go over there, I work for the first 2 months to get my salary and pay whosoever was doing the transaction. I was really cool and done with it. The D-Day came, I traveled. I was really happy, to be honest. I was really, really happy. Traveling to Kuwait was a dream come true. By then, I wouldn't really say it was a dream come true, but at that time, I didn't know anything about any other place or whatsoever thing was happening in Kuwait. So when I got there, he promised us we were going to work we were 3 of us to be honest. Me, Barbara, and Besem. He said we were going to work in a supermarket where we are just probably attendants, customer service, salespeople, and stuff like that. But on getting to Kuwait, I realized I was going to work as a house help. How did we get there? Now, I was confused, devastated, shocked. But there was nothing I could do because my passport was already taken from me and I didn't even know my way around. So I just said, okay, let me try to cope with this. I coped for the first month, coped for the second month, coped for the third month. By the third month, I was hoping to get my salary because I was focused on made known that my first 2 months salary was going to be given to whosoever made my transactions. And I was really cool with that. By the third month, I wasn't paid. And by the fourth month, I decided to ask. The reply that was given to me was, they will give me my money or my salary only towards when my 2-year contract is ending. And I was like, no, I didn't sign up for that. I am working. I have families back wherever I came from.
This event is for people that want to get into real estate.
It wasn't just
send the money or something to take care of myself. And I was being bullied. Like, if you don't want to work, if you don't want to wait for your 2 years to be over, we are not paying you, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I decided to be calm. 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. I said, no, I couldn't take it. Now I started getting in contact with Mr. Fred Bright to tell him how everything was going. He was like, no, if they say you should do this, you have to do this. If they say you should do this, you have to do this. I said, okay. Now, why did I have to leave that house? Because I obviously left. I left because the husband to the woman I was taking care of, her son, is a drug addict. 1, he beats his wife up. 2, and if his wife is not at home, he makes advances at me. I'm not trying to say I'm a perfect person. Other people would take his offer, sleep with him, and they give the money. No, I came there to work. I'm not saying he wasn't cute enough for me to work with him. I could, but that's not what I went there for. So when I refused the first time, I refused the second time, the third time, he beats me up. He beat me up real bad. And when his wife came back, I talked to her. What did she say? You know what he does to me, and if he could do this to you, it's up to you to decide to stay or you leave. I obviously had to leave because I didn't want to see myself dying in somebody's country. The way he beats his wife, if he ever beats me that way, I would die. I ran from that house to the office, the office where these transactions are being made. The lady who is in charge, her name is Mary. So I spoke with her. I even gave her the number of the woman in the house. They spoke. The woman told her, please get this child to a different house because my husband, she can't take it. That was cool. I went to the second house, God knows. Back in the second house, everything was good. But I realized I had to work for 23 people who lived in one roof. 8-story buildings, like 1 floor, 2 floor, 3 floor, 8. I cleaned those 8 buildings in one day, like one morning, before they even wake up from sleep. That's the thing. I cleaned those 8-story buildings with about 23 rooms, wash their clothes, make their beds, like 23 people in every morning. I clean their beds, clean their rooms, wash their clothes, iron, cook for them before they wake up, cook in the afternoon before they go out, and cook in the night before they sleep. We all can contribute. Like, you can think of one person cooking for 23 people, morning, afternoon, evening. Let's not think about the work, but think about what it does to me psychologically. Like, why do I have to do this? This is not what I came here for. This is actually not what I came here for. So when I felt like I was getting tired, they are not responsible for how you see what you're doing. They are there to pay you. Nonetheless, they didn't pay me. I worked for another 6 months, and I was like, what's happening? What is actually happening? I need my pay. I work like a slave, which I still don't complain, because if you complain, it means nothing to them. And yet I'm not being paid. I need to be paid. When I started complaining, they threatened me. They said they were going to lock me up because I'm making noise, probably making noise in their ears, or telling them the kind of things they don't want to hear. Trust me, these people are afraid of threats. If you tell them, I will do this to you if you don't do this to me, they are really, really scared. So I saw the way this thing was going. I saw the way it was turning. I told myself, if I keep staying here, I'm probably going to be dead by the next day, or I'm going to be locked up. And trust me, if you're being locked up in Kuwait, from Cameroon, or let me say from any African country, you will rot there, because you don't have no family member. Even the people that took you there do not have accounts for you, as you have left the Cameroon airport. That is the truth. I ran again from that house and went to the office. What did the office tell me? Why do I keep running from house to house? This last house they're going to put me. If I don't concentrate, then they'll deport me back to Cameroon. I begged the lady, please deport me. She refused. I said, okay. They took me to the third house. In the third house, I was actually fine. No lies, I was actually fine. What was the problem? The father
All right, Auntie Janet. So you don't hear everything this young lady don't talk about in your ordeal where you go to. So what's not you don't take, because this boy.
You know, GM, the female caller with me, they talk about waiting government for do and stuff like that. You know, this whole situation, it big. Now, an organized crime. And, you know, like where Almami said just now, it's the most, you know, it's organized in the sense that no government is not able to fight this crime yet. So make nobody know take and make joke, because not inside one country this day. They get different agents all over the country, all over different countries, and inside the Kuwait itself, inside Saudi Arabia, inside Libya. The people, you know, that is something. Waiting, first of all, before realize was, well, begin to do this job. That doing Pakaba in term in the 90s, and then the Kuwaiti government, they reach out for say, this now a program where then they do all things right by the book. Then there's begin send people have go work in Kuwait, some as securities, some as maids and stuff like that. It was organized properly, from one government to the other, and they never get no problem. The moment where
I have always wanted to get some good IT training, but often want.
Now the problem start, and so they want to.
I have always wanted to get some good IT training, but
the country then for stop this maid business. Each country for make it clear say we don't accept African maids into this country, into the countries anymore. I think that could stop the problem. That may be one solution. One time, why they talk to the IOM boss in Kuwait. The IOM boss say, "Well, look, they're up to African countries." I said, "Not to African countries. I'm talking about the countries that are accepting our sisters and brothers to come out here. Let them make the statement clear. Say, you're no longer accepted here because of the treatment of people in the Guna. But the only way to stop this is to stop the program itself. Whether that's achievable or not, JM, I don't know. But I think that, for me, if you ask me, that's what I will fight for. And I'll keep fighting for that.
I mean, you're right. The problem is then they benefit from them. So it's not easy to make them go stop them. I think now we, the ordinary people, they for sensitize people a lot, find a way for stop them. But if we depend on them, we're not going to work. Because now them start, now then they
but they don't try. But James, they don't try something where they don't cancel any Salone, no Salone not able to enter Kuwait because the I-20 visa where they give, they don't scrap them. That was achieved in 2016. Ghana has done the same thing. Cameroon has done the same thing. Nigeria then said we don't scrap the I-20 visa. So no Salonian, no Cameroonian, no Ghanaian, not for able to enter Kuwait. Because without that visa, you're not for enter there. But this is what they are doing now. The traffickers and they go to a different country there now. When not ban this thing, I did they go their passport for Kedi Pikin and go to people in country. It is sad.
We'll go ahead and take a quick commercial break. Then we'll come back just after the commercial break. And then we'll go with some few comments and then we'll give last words because we know saying this now weekend, people don't go for work on Monday, so not hold them too long, okay? So make a quick commercial break and then we can go, we'll go with a few comments and we last words them.
I have always wanted to get some good IT training, but often wondered where, when, and why. Allow me to share my pleasant discovery. Situated on the outskirts of Freetown on Mile 91 Freetown Highway, Silicon Hills, just opposite the former Camp Charlie, is the Canadian College of Modern Technology. And apart from its serene environment, which makes it most suitable for learning, this certified and accredited Canadian College of Modern Technology, with its well-experienced international and local teaching staff.
We offer courses in computer science, business administration, human resource management, development studies, and mass communication.
They will help you develop and demonstrate effective problem-solving skills to be successful IT professionals. You may also like to know that this fully equipped institution is not only special for its wireless connectivity and its unique waste management policy, which seeks to help reduce their carbon footprint, but also has a 24-hour solar electricity power supply and a backup generator. This highly secured campus also has a clinic, student hostels with clean running pipe-borne water, a canteen, and state-of-the-art learning facilities to make learning a good experience. Enrollment for 2016 starts right away. And here's a little secret. For the year 2016 and 2017, all registered students who meet all financial obligations will be provided with personal laptops to help them with their studies. So hurry now and get your application forms or contact them on these numbers 079-630-407 or 099-140-208 or 025-343-175. The Canadian College of Modern Technology, where knowledge and hard work are the ultimate.
Canadian College of Modern Technology is the best keep it high, rising, rising.
Yeah.
All right. So make a go ahead and just use some few comments and way people pull that. Let me go over to Mr. Michael Coco says some of those cases are happening because they are recruited by tougher individuals rather than licensed agency. So they call from Indiana, California, USA, and then they say the rogue individual. Okay, and then Mr. Amar Mane say that learn from China, Malaysia, Ghana, and Rwanda review from the last 25 years. And then Miss Daniela Koroma say, my dear, that will never happen. I think that we may say, then we'll help to stop them. And then we say, honestly, Mohammed, you cannot blame the government for the choices of our people. And then Ms. Manes say, let our government provide conducive atmosphere for its citizens. The system of governance shall not force its citizens to flee from their countries to seek for greener pasture. All of it make plenty sense because, like I always say, people don't get the freedom for move around. We on job now for we get the tools that make them know say some of the decisions that when they make can be able to hinder their life, and not so waiting. Then things they go meet, they go meet stay. So we go tell we sister and thank you when they come out now and give their own testimony them out. And that's not the best thing we will do. We go get the information. What's in do the information now? I think it will be up to them. We on job and follow make sure say each and every one of them gets the information. But again, then get the right from their own final decision concerning their own life. If we don't give all that information, they still say you want to go now on your own, because at the end of it, they're also not going to save everybody. But let's say the innocent one them. The one them where they not get no idea so this and that happen nobody. We don't feel say really they go get a better job. But the one that where they know so that this they happen and go inside that one in your own, hey, Jesus said we not able to save everybody. So what's your take on that? I will get your take and then we go give last word.
You know, GM, I just read one Sawa Benofen a few days ago. I read about anti-trafficking organizations and some of the suggestions and where they make. How do we end slavery in the Middle East? You know, and some of the suggestions and where they make, we get to hold the country, the host country, accountable. And this is what they say. When somebody they say we're not going to stop them, we can. The thing is, if all African countries then hold the host country accountable, then get diplomatic relations, then we're able to tell them, say, look, this thing not go on for too long. It has to stop. And the only way it has to stop is the country themselves. You know, if Kuwait and other countries, then Saudi Arabia, if other countries, then, you know, we all country that hold them to hold them accountable, then we find a way for stop this punishment where they go on so. Then there are ways that we for stop them. So if we are Africans are saying it cannot stop, it means that we are giving in to these people. This will continue way beyond we own life them, who will live so right now. But the fight is we get to hold them accountable. We get for the educate with people constantly. Like what somebody say, we use the media. We started at VOS today. We'll continue every all the other time for the educate the people. We get newspapers in our Salone. We will get TV stations in our Salone. You know, because Ghana is doing the same thing here now. The Ghanaians and they come on Ghana again. First of all, now they don't make a law. Anybody will facilitate this movement. If you send money, you family. For making buy tickets and go to the plane. If they're all legally family, then they go report to any country where they for say you they facilitate the traffickers their purpose. So you see, there is so much we can do legally. So the first thing we for stop for say it cannot happen, it can happen. Now pressure we get for do. If you know somebody make an example of one article I read recently. If something like South Africa what you call an apartheid can come to an end, this slavery stuff can come to an end. Now pressure from every country for say this got to stop. And GM, this job just we cannot stop talking. You know, so tonight I want to say to everybody within this program, we can join with. Please, each one educates the other. Tell people in a salon. Show them, share videos with them. Tell them, say, please, make we get fundraising where we go able to educate people and say, like one time and then we go be to say, maybe now when we sports center, we get people where they go there for go listen to talk and say, look, anybody where they can entice and say, they get job now, these Arab countries there, not go, this is a lie. Maybe we need to do that, get workshops all over the country. This is what the anti-trafficking organizations they talk about. Educate the people. It has to be a constant business. We educate them from one day into the other. And we make them an offense. First of all, human trafficking are a big offense. But if you were in the traffic, you give money, then you don't consent to that trafficking day. And it becomes impossible for prosecute the other person day. So this is where the problem is. And like we need for educate. Let we all educate we come in them. Let we tell one day we're within the diaspora. Now you family ask you for money, say then get a program. Please do not pay. Because if you do that, you usually facilitate the problem. Please, let we all work together. So tonight I say to everybody we come out who can listen to this program. I tell them thank you. And I wish someone safe as I do up on a phone tonight, or when I left this forum, on a right to on a party them, on a right to on a family them. Look, we fight this thing together. Other countries are fighting. Let's fight the fight as well. And as we live here today, let's remember the one that we die at sea. The people then die at sea. A whole lot of them die at sea. Some pictures when they will not be shown up because it will be very distressing to owner. But as we go to the let's remember our people that we die at sea. Many of them, including children. They lost their lives for greener pastures. I say thank you to everybody and good night.
Thank you very much, Auntie Janet. And this one is very, 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 very hard for discourse. I know, say before we come on the air, we do everything for make sure say we not gonna be too emotional. But we innovable. We all are human. If you empathize with them people, put yourself in a position. Imagine them continue how they get paid for they pay you. Where they cannot not bully down. You take break with all the labor laws that are in country. Imagine what they go to with no labor laws. And they use them back as a sex slave on top of everything. So it beats them back on top, and some even kill them. Make we take this as a priority. Make we educate people then. And make we not say people are too smart, they're not going to fall into this trap. So then get like then very, very articulate. Some people say then go to school and then keep working at any job. Where again they talk, you don't see that people in really learn. They all fall into them. So anybody can be a victim. So they are not going to be too complacent and say, oh, my sister or my cousin or my auntie, and now woman will learn book, you not go fall for them to care. Because the way that they present them to them, easy for me to not take them. So make we all find a way for we go get to them all, make them all learn the right truth and log in the right information and Lord pass them back down to the least person. Make them all, Lord make this a priority. Make we not just talk to them tomorrow we stop. Once in a while, Lord come back and continue for the push them until the last person get this information. I tell you all thank you, and we will get to back tomorrow with another shows them. And I tell Auntie Janet, thank you. You joined me from UK, and right now almost 5 o'clock in the morning. It's still there up. So I tell you thank you, and we go watch some of the video of the lady where in the talk to we just now. I will say now all good night. Let God bless we all. Let God keep we all safe till we meet again tomorrow. Oh, okay. So I think somebody to call. I'll take this as the last call. All right, we will take this as the last call. Call out and you must say call for, please. You look at this. Somebody in the habit of them 2 days after they disrupt the show. Or some people don't know they will help them anyhow. You do it. Not then we just build them be. But we tell now thank you and on a good night.
To sleep with me. His 2 sons would want to sleep with me. The 3 husbands of his 3 daughters would want to sleep with me. And I'm like, what? All these people in one house wanting to sleep with one person, and to their wives is not much of a problem. I don't know if they fear sex. That's what makes their husbands to want to drive their sex urge to their house helps or whatsoever. The women are like, fine. If he wants to sleep with you and you don't want it, fine. If you want it, good. I was like, what? How can a woman tell her husband to sleep with the house help? That does not just add up. And then there was this day, I actually have a scar on my left thigh, which was an iron burn from the son of one of these people. Yeah, I was in my room taking care of probably my morning stuff, and just for me to leave the bathroom and come inside my room, there is a guy. I was just with a towel on my chest. There is this guy. What are you doing in my room? It's around 7 a.m. in the morning. He says he wants to, Arabs, they don't speak fluent English. I don't know. Yeah, some people speak fluent English, but these particular ones were not into English language. So he just spoke one junk, which I understood he meant he wanted sex. So I was like, what? Who gave you the guts? Like, what do you really think? You just walk into my room and tell me you want to sleep with me, and I'll just lay flat on the bed and open my legs for you? We started arguing. Now I realized I kept iron on top of the table for me to iron my uniform that morning before I start work. That's why actually I was in the bathroom. So he started me, and the only thing I thought I could use to save myself was the hot iron. When I picked it up, the strength of a woman and the strength of a man is actually not the same. I didn't even know when he took it from my hand and we were struggling, and then it landed on my leg. That's why I got a tattoo on my left thigh. For those who keep asking, like, why that, why that, why that? Yeah, so that's it.
Okay, so how much did it cost you to live from Cameroon to Kuwait? Like, general, how much did it cost you?
It would cost 1.2 million, but I managed to raise just 800,000, which they promised to add up whatever thing they were adding up to get me there.
Okay, so when you got to the airport, tell me what exactly happened upon arrival to Kuwait.
Upon arrival to Kuwait, like, just in the airport, I already felt like, okay, this is not a place to be. This is not a place to be, because we arrived around 1:30 in the morning and finally left the airport around 3 o'clock the next day. Not even like 1 a.m. in the morning and 3 a.m. in the morning. I mean 1 a.m. in the night and 3 a.m. in the evening the next day. What for? No actual reason. Like, I don't even see why we left that late. So upon arrival, I knew it wasn't a place to be, but I just said, if I am here, then I am here to do something. Let me keep all of these other things aside and focus on why I am here.
So when you arrived Kuwait, you were taken to the office?
Yes, I was.
And how long were you in the office before you were finally assigned to your first house?
About 6 hours. 6 hours on one spot. Everybody just comes into the office, and once they look at you, you're black. Oh, it's like a stigma. Something is wrong. I don't know why.
So during your stay in Kuwait,
when we dancing on the road, all we want to do is have a good time, moving and grooving, and shake we body line. Yeah, we falling, let go, I can't let go, let go, I want to go, let go, I can't let go, let go, well, I've got to go. When I finished the shift, I was about to leave. Hold me on the short and started to shout. Then she falling, let go, I can't let go, let go, I want you so. Let me falling, let go, girl, I got to go. Let go, I cannot stay. From the